So UFC 297 has wrapped up, and I'm just going to break down every single fight that was on the card, starting with the first fight of the night, which was the early prelim fight between Malcolm Gordon and Jimmy Flick. Now, I wasn't super confident in my pick of Malcolm Gordon, and I did say that Malcolm Gordon's not a guy I would trust very. He's not a guy I would super trust. He does make a lot of stupid errors in his fights. Like, he does show some low fight IQ quite a lot in his fights. And I think he did show some really low fight IQ here, where he was teeing off on Jimmy Flick. He was beating him up on the feet and then decided to shoot him for takedowns, try and wrestle, gets his back taken, and he gets choked out by Jimmy Flick. So Jimmy Flick gets the win here. I'm happy for Jimmy Flick, though. If you know his backstory, he did retire for a few years, but he is back, and it was sad to see him come back and then just get absolutely bashed by Charles Johnson and Alessandro Costa. But he's back. He's got a win. This makes Alessandro Costa's win look really good as well, because I know it's MMA math, but Malcolm Gordon gave Muhammad Makayev a tough fight, but Costa destroyed Jimmy Flick, and Jimmy Flick did beat Malcolm Gordon, and it just makes you realize how good is Steve Erceg. Fuck Lucas Tracy. Moving on to the next fight, we had Jasmine Jasudavicius versus Priscilla Cachoeira. Absolute mauling by Jasmine Jasudavicius here. She just beat the absolute shit out of her. Mulder landed 326 total strikes compared to 26 total strikes, which is honestly insane. Was a true beatdown. Sorry, I'm trying to get comfy. I have a bit of a headache at the moment. But yeah, Jasmine Jasudavicius just dominated, knocked her down, beat her up on the ground. She was pissed off that Priscilla made the miss weight pretty much and made the fight have to change weight. And she showed it. She showed her how pissed off she was, and she really badly beat her up. That was a really good performance from Jasmine Jasudavicius. Then moving on, we have Johan Lainez versus Sam Patterson. I picked Johan Lainez. I regretted it immediately into the fight. Johan Lainez isn't very good. Respectfully, the guy's just not very good. He's not UFC level. He got a fluke win over Justin Burleson. Maybe a chin Burleson most times out of 10, I don't know. But he's just not very good, is he? His only win was against Darian Weeks, where he should have lost that fight. It's he's just not very good, is he? He doesn't have very good fight IQ. The one way you're going to beat Sam Patterson is to chin him on the feet, but instead of doing that, oh no, Johan Lainez, his grand idea is to try and clinch and wrestle with Sam Patterson, who then immediately reverses him and subs him. Really good performance from Sam Patterson, though. I am happy to see him back on a win streak. It was sad the way he got chinned. He got really badly chinned against Yanal Ashmus, so it is good to see him back on a win streak. He seems like a really nice guy, and it's, good to get some UK talent, especially with, London cards probably coming up very soon. But yeah, good performance from Sam Patterson. Maybe Lainez gets cut, or if not, rebook that Semmelsberger fight. That's a fight I would love to see. Then moving on, we had Jillian Robertson versus Poliana Viana. Just a dominant performance from Juliana Robertson here. She just beat the shit out of Poliana Viana. Not really close not really close at all. They were sort of striking for a bit. Poliana, better striker in my opinion. But then, as soon as Julian Robertson shoots takedown, she immediately gets it. So I don't know why she stayed standing for so long at periods of time, but she did just destroy Poliana Viana. As soon as she got taken down, she was stuck there. And yeah, Julian Robertson beats the absolute shit out of her. And she got the knockout she was looking for. I mean, technically it was a TKO, but it was, also at the same time, it was a TKO, it was a knockout. But good performance from Julian Robertson. One of the only two Canadians to win this whole card. Canada went 2-7, I believe it was. So that's fucking insane to see. Then moving on, we had Ramon Tavares versus Sahai Sadai. Sadai, I think it is. I found this one really weird, because every man and his dog was acting like Sadai got robbed in this fight. But I thought Ramon Tavares clearly won this fight. And I picked Sadai to win, so obviously I have no bias. I wanted Sadai to win to get my pick right. But I really did think... sorry, I'm just making sure my microphone doesn't fall. I really did think Ramon Tavares won this. He was really badly hurting Sadai. Like, I think he won the first and second, I think it is. I might be wrong on that, but I really did clearly thought Ramon Tavares won. So I was really surprised to see every single person said Sadai won. Apparently all the media members went with Sadai as well. That's really weird to me, because if you do watch the fight, Ramon Tavares was just badly hurting Sadai the whole time. Rocking him, beating him up. Sadai had a lot of pressure, but like he wasn't really hurting Ramon Tavares too much. I really did think Ramon Tavares won that, so I am really surprised about the controversy behind this one, but you know, I think that's just one of those ones where everyone just sees a guy making a bit of a comeback and just, you know, gives it to him because it's like, damn, he's making a comeback. It's like, yeah, but like he was getting beaten up. He was getting rocked. He was getting hurt. He got dropped. He got rocked so many times. He got knocked off balance as well. That might have been a knockdown, but they only counted one. But I thought Ramon Tavares clearly won that. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll rewatch it and change my mind. But I thought that was a clear Ramon Tavares win. Then we had Then we had Charles Jourdain versus Sean Woodson. Really good performance from Sean Woodson. He looked really good out there. I was not expecting him to win. But I should have realised he's so much longer than Charles Jourdain. Charles Jourdain just couldn't get anything going because of the length of Sean Woodson. Somehow, some way, this was a split decision. I don't understand how that's even possible. Sean Woodson clearly won this fight. I picked Charles Jourdain, but Sean Woodson clearly won this fight. There was actually a moment where I thought this was going to be a robbery because I misheard what Bruce Buffer said, but he actually did say Sean Woodson. I rewatched it, and he actually did say Sean Woodson. So, yeah, that was just a weird sort of optical illusion or something with our heads where we all sort of heard Charles, but he actually said Sean Woodson. Buffer clearly said Sean Woodson in that. I rewatched it. Re-listened to it, if you will. And yeah, he clearly did say Sean Woodson. And yeah, Sean Woodson clearly won it. Those Canadian judges, though, they were going real crazy with some of these predictions, with some of these picks. I don't know how there were so many split decisions, but Sean Woodson clearly won this fight. As much as I wanted Charles Jourdain to win, it was clearly Sean Woodson. I'd love to see him versus Jamal Emmers, both two long featherweights. I think that would be a good fight. Obviously, Sean Woodson much longer, but I reckon that'd be a cool fight. Both got really good boxing as well, so I reckon that'd be a cool fight to make. Then we had Brad Katona. We had Brad Katona versus Garrett Armfield. Really good performance from Garrett Armfield. He really did surprise me here. I didn't expect him to be so good. Like, I was generally shocked at how good Garrett Armfield was here. I knew he was good. I didn't think he was trash. I've seen some people saying he was trash, but also my hair looks so big right now. It's also because of the thing on my head. I'm just saying. But yeah, Brad Katona didn't really look that good here, if we're going to be honest. Holy shit. Sorry, my thing was falling down. Garrett Armfield, yeah, he just boxed him up quite a lot. He just boxed up Brad Katona. Really good boxing combos, beats him up. Reversing positions, just really showed really good anti-grappling in this fight as well. Just a really good performance from Garrett Armfield, and it'll be interesting to see him moving forward because Brad Katona's no joke. Like, people forget, but Brad Katona did beat Bryce Mitchell on The Ultimate Fighter and beat Kyler Phillips, like two really legit guys. So, you know, Brad Katona's no joke. He is a very good fighter. You know, 15-3. That third loss being to Garrett Armfield. So it'll be interesting to see what Garrett Armfield does moving forward because I think he's actually a legit guy. Like, I generally do think he's legit, so it'll be interesting to see Garrett Armfield moving forward. Then we had the main card, and the first fight of the night was Arnold Allen versus Movsar Evloev. Now, I can't lie, I didn't get to see the whole third round, but from what I'm hearing, the third round was clearly for Arnold Allen. Arnold Allen clearly won that third round, and I was seeing as much. Obviously, there was a weird sequence with the knees where I thought they were completely legal. That's when my stream cut out, so maybe I missed a bit after that, but it seemed like Arnold Allen was like beating him up, and then, yeah, Mark Goddard sort of fucked him over there. I feel like those knees were so legitimately legal. Like, his arm was up the whole time he was kneeing him. Like, that was clearly legal in my opinion, but what do I know? But Arnold Allen wins the first round. Second round gets badly rocked by Movsar Evloev, which was really weird to see. Like, he actually rocked him badly, but, you know, Arnold Allen survives and then clearly wins the third round according to most people. I thought Arnold Allen won that fight. Again, I missed the third round, so maybe I would have a different opinion if I seen it. But from what I've seen in the third round, from what I did see, he was winning. But, you know, Movsar Evloev gets his hand raised, and I'm still going to stand by this. Movsar Evloev is not that guy. He's overrated still. 18-0. I don't care. I still think he's overrated. I don't think he's that good. But he did beat Arnold Allen technically. He did impress me. He looked good, but I don't think he's like a future champion or anything like that. But he did beat Arnold Allen though, so that was very impressive of him. Because I didn't think he was going to pass this test, but he did. So shout out to Movsar Evloev, but I still don't think he's that good. I think Ilya Topuria would kill him. Then moving on up, we had Chris Curtis versus Marc-Andre Barriault. This was a really good fight. First round was very pedestrian, not very good. Not much happened in the first round. It was really weird. Marc-Andre Barriault, normally known for his pressure style, but for some weird reason, he just stood there, didn't pressure, just got pressured by Chris Curtis, which is weird to see because obviously Marc-Andre Barriault is known for his pressure style. But yeah, weirdly enough, no pressuring from Marc-Andre. So, he started to pick it up towards the end of the second, but it was a little bit too late. I can't remember how I had all the rounds scored, but I thought Chris Curtis clearly won the fight. I was like, oh, watch, there'll be a split decision. And of course, there was a split decision, but Chris Curtis clearly won that fight. It was fun though. It got fun after the first round. After the first round, it was a back and forth fun fight. Chris Curtis, sorry, my hair's so messy. I apologize, guys. I look like a mess. But yeah, Chris Curtis just beat him up, landed a load of body shots, just showed some really good boxing in that fight. And yeah, clearly won that fight, was boxing him up. Not much else you can say about that fight. Good performance from Chris Curtis. Then we had Neil Magny versus Mike Malott. I spoke about this briefly. Neil Magny got completely dominated the first 2 rounds. He got fucked up. No sugarcoating it. He was getting fucked up. Getting his legs chewed up. His leg was getting killed. He was getting beat up on the feet. He was getting ragdolled on the ground. Was getting slammed, getting beaten up. At one point, Mike Malott went for a guillotine when he was getting shot on. I forgot to mention that in my video. And then he got slammed by Neil Magny. And that was sort of the beginning of the end. He was sort of fucked after that. That was a really stupid move. He should have just stayed fighting, stayed standing, and then he probably wouldn't have got finished. But, Neil Magny comes back, pressures, and yeah, just does that ground and pound that. And gets the win. Neil Magny, fucking champ. What can I say? 14 seconds to go in the round as well. That's crazy. 14 seconds and Neil Magny of all people gets a comeback KO. TKO, but he would have knocked him out cold if he kept punching. That was looking like a Charlotte Turner, Bobby Green type situation with some of them strikes. He wasn't going to stop punching him until the referee pulled him off. But really good performance from Mike Malott, but really good comeback from Neil Magny is the best way I can describe that fight. Not a good showing from Neil Magny, but he did win in the end. So, he gets his win bonus and everything, but not a good showing, but he did win. He got a finish though, so I respect Neil Magny. He's a veteran. He seems like a nice guy, and he could probably use the money given his current circumstances. So yeah, shout out to Neil Magny. I like the guy. Not a fun fighter, but this was fun. This was good. This was a rare, fun Neil Magny moment. Speaking of people who aren't very entertaining, Raquel Pennington versus Mayra Buna Silva went on in the co-main event. This fight was so bad I literally turned my stream off. I sort of rage quit. I was like, oh, this fight's going to fucking suck. So I just stopped watching. I probably shouldn't have done that. It wasn't very professional, but I got so bored. I had to do some other shit. But, yeah, Mayra Buna Silva showed some low fight IQ here. Just laid on the ground, literally just on the ground like this, with her hands behind her back, just letting Raquel Pennington just kick her and punch her. Yeah, she really badly gassed, had no striking defense as well. Generally, Mayra Buna Silva, no striking defense in this fight. Just got tagged up so much. Literally looking like, if you've ever watched Misfits, it was like Korn vs. Umbar. She was literally looking like that Korn guy from Twitter, just standing there letting him get punched in the face. It was really weird. Didn't get finished, but she clearly lost 4 rounds at least. Yeah, shocking showing from Mayra Buna Silva. She looked horrible in this fight. She had moments where she almost got submissions, I won't lie, but there was one where she clearly didn't have it. It looked close, but the angle was clearly not in, and she just sort of burned her arms out and gassed even more. She just made a lot of low fight IQ errors. I think she could beat Raquel Pennington, but Pennington wins. Now it's Raquel Pennington's a UFC champion. So what a time we live in. Raquel Pennington, finally breaks through, gets the UFC championship, and she called out Juliana Pena. That'll be an interesting fight. Pena, save the division, please. I actually want Pena to win. She's entertaining. She talks shit. She's actually pretty fun to watch. Her striking style is horrible, but it works for her, so I hope she wins. Then we had the main event. We had Dricus du Plessis versus Sean Strickland. A lot of people saying this is a robbery. I don't believe it was a robbery. I thought Dricus won, but it could have gone either way. But it wasn't a robbery. It was like a very close fight. Like, close fights aren't robberies. If it's a fight where there's like clearly a winner, yeah, I'll say it's a robbery. But I don't think that was a robbery. I thought Dricus won that fight. I did think the second round was really close, but everyone seemed to say it was for Dricus, and then the third round I gave it to Dricus. But it was generally a fun fight. Good fight, back and forth scrap. It's just a really fun fight. Like, generally really good. Both men were bleeding by the end of it. That's what Sean Strickland wanted. They were both bleeding. Dricus cut Sean Strickland with a lot of powerful shots. Sean Strickland was saying it was from a headbutt, but I don't believe it was. He was already bleeding from a shot, like a punch. I think they even showed it in the isolation meter that Dricus cut him with a punch. But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong on that. But Dricus, that awkward style works here, and yeah, he gets it done. South Africa has a UFC champion, and his name is Dricus du Plessis. So it's crazy. We live in the era, the Steel Knox era. He's the champion. I can't believe it, man. I cannot pick Dricus to win, but it's like crazy. When I've watched him versus like Brad Tavares, I was like, oh yeah, fuck, this guy's definitely not going to be champion. But here we are. We're in the Strickland era, so I don't know, middleweight. Middleweight's going to middleweight. Middleweight's just one of the weird divisions where anything can happen, but Dricus du Plessis gets it done. Born and raised in Africa, trains out of Africa. He is an African champion. So shout out to Dricus du Plessis. Good performance. Crazy performance, honestly. He beat Robert Whittaker. He beat Sean Strickland. And he beat Darren Till, Derek Brunson. Back to back. Good wins. And yeah, he's like 4th or 5th in like middleweight win streak. So that's pretty crazy for Dricus. He has the potential to break that as well. Like, I could see him beating Izzy, Hamzat, Jared. Like, there's some fights. I don't really know who beats him. I also feel like everyone can beat him on any given night because he's got that weird style, but it works out for him. But Dricus du Plessis, UFC heavyweight... Oh, Jesus, not heavyweight. UFC middleweight champion, so congratulations to Dricus. Generally a great performance from him. And, it'll be interesting to see what's next. He said in his post-fight interview he can make UFC 300, He's banged up, but he said he'll be ready for that. UFC 300 would sound amazing, so maybe we're going to see him fight even sooner than we think. I was thinking maybe they hold out for Dricus for like South Africa, but it seems like they want to get him right back in there. Dricus wants to get right back in there, so hey, if he wants to do it, let him do it. Maybe he beats Izzy, and then we get Dricus du Plessis versus Hamzat Chimaev in Africa, which would be interesting. It'd be so funny to see Hamzat Chimaev running around South Africa. But yeah, good performance from Dricus. He is your champion. You can cry about it, but he won. Shout out to Sean Strickland, though. Still love Sean Strickland. He made that really close. It was more competitive than I thought it would be. I never thought it would have won. I never thought that Dricus would have won by decision, so that was pretty crazy. I did see this was one of those weird fights where any man could have won because it is just such a weird fight. But Dricus du Plessis is the UFC middleweight champion. Yeah, he gets it done. Congratulations to Dricus, man. But yeah, that's all I've got to say on this card. Overall, bit of a stinky card, I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of boring fights. I did really bad for picks as well. I'm not quite sure what my record is, but I picked like most of the Canadians, I'm pretty sure. I think I might have picked every Canadian except for like Marc-Andre Barriol, so I did really bad on picks. I can't even lie. But overall, good card. Well, actually, not even. Pretty stinky main card, but good prelims. The prelims were good, but the main card was just... there was a few bad fights on there, but not too bad, but I don't know, the momentum just died a little bit, but it was overall, I enjoyed it, but, cards haven't been that great this year so far, so hopefully we'll get some more better cards soon, but, yeah, like I say, not the best for a pay-per-view card, is probably the best way. It was overall not a bad card, but, like, for a pay-per-view, not really that good in my opinion, but... Again, we'll see. Hopefully, we'll get some more improvements. There should be some really good cards coming up. February looks like it's going to be good. Ikram Aliskerov pulled out, but now it's Anthony Hernandez, Fluffy Hernandez versus Roman Kopylov, which is a really good fight. Kopylov deserves a ranked opponent more than Ikram Aliskerov too, by the way. Ikram Aliskerov beat fucking Wally Alves and fucking Phil Hawes. He doesn't deserve a ranked opponent in my opinion. He'll probably still get one, but I'm just saying, I don't think Ikram deserves one. He should have to beat more people in my opinion. But that's a story for another time. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like this video. I'm sorry I try to rush through a lot of these videos. Like I say, not feeling the best right now, but I had to get these videos out. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Let me know your thoughts on all the fights in the comments below. Cheers.